Are you ready, kids? Ahoy everyone, and welcome back to more of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Last time, we made our way to the trial of the Lanayru province, which we passed, and acquired the claw shots, which allowed us to access this new part of the Lanayru desert, which then brought us to this sand sea. It's a giant desert that apparently once was an ocean, as you can tell by the ocean that's not here thanks to the Timeshift stones. Where we met this charming captain, shall we shove off, Verm, who told us apparently at one point he captained a ship that protected the sacred flame. This time, we're going to be joining him, alright, let's go, Verm, on this little boat here as we chase down that bigger boat in an attempt to get to the sacred flame. My circuits spark to life in the salt air, Verm. Feels good to take to the seas again after so long, but let's see if I can remember how to navigate, Zert. Press L to move, Zert. Press B while moving to speed up, Verm. Press ZR to ready the cannon, Weep, then press ZR again to fire it, Zert. I placed an X mark on the island where we houses, Verm. There's a pier on the island where we can dock, Zert. Okay, I'll place a little beacon around there, just kind of our area. Right, let's go, Verm. So as he already explained the mechanics, you can actually see what's really cool about this is since the Timeshift Stone's part of the boat, as we move through the desert, it actually turns into the ocean again, which is really cool to me. And as he said, you can hold down B to speed up. As you can see, we do kind of have a stamina bar still, but now it's for the ship, so our engine has a stamina, which is weird. And we can shoot our cannon, but we have no need to yet, which is nice. So let's head over to this location. And as soon as we get close to the dock, you will be able to see we actually can just press A to get off. We've arrived, Vereep. Me shack is at the very top, Verm. The sea chart we need is in my shack, Zert, but you're the one who will have to go get it, Zert. There are more monsters about than before, so be careful, Weep. I can't wander far from the boat, so I'll just stay here, Verm. Seems he's a little self-aware that he's kind of stuck in this little area here. So we made our way to Skipper's Retreat, which is kind of a cool name if you ask me. Have another statue here, so we have a little bit of a quick spot to get to if we need to. Let's take a look around. We have a device up there we actually can't do anything with right now. More of these guys. Yep, our sword, as you may recall, was powered up thanks to the sacred flame we got last time. So now even our Skyward Strike is strong enough to actually one-tap these guys, which is nice. It speeds this up by quite a bit. So now moving forward. So that actually shows you can hit these with the claw shot and actually get hearts from the top of the cacti. You can't grab them again, unfortunately. But it's kind of cool that that's another way of getting some extra health. So keep an eye... Oh, there we go. So keep an eye out for those. Just a nice little tip there for you. Get up here, and we have some more bad guys. And another cool thing about the claw shot is if your aim is true, you can hit them, but I thought you could stun them, but I guess not. Never mind. For some reason I thought that was a thing, but I guess not. Whatever. Oop, Jelly Blob. Hello. And we see a chest over there. Can't very well access it currently, it seems, so we'll want to keep an eye out for it. Here we have what is known as a pea shoot, or pea hat, I think is what they're called. They've appeared in other Zelda games, but they're considered usually enemies. But here it's actually something that we can hookshot onto, allow us to get around a little bit quicker. I'm going to try to see if I can make this jump. I, in fact, cannot make this jump, and I am now probably going to die to the sand. Yes, I am definitely dying to the sand. Okay, well, hey, at least I showed you guys that that's not possible. You're welcome for my noble sacrifice. Okay, so we can't make that jump from here, so we're going to come do it later. Oop, I almost actually just swum there. Maybe I didn't. Oop, fortunately, I caught the edge of that. No, not the cacti. And I got hit again. That is embarrassing. I don't like these electric guys. Thankfully, though, as I mentioned, you can get hearts from this. Ooh, or we got Deku Nuts. That's nice, too. Here we have a little spot we need to blow up. You can see there's actually a bomb there, too, if you want to use that. Don't need to make use of that, though, since we have quite a few bombs, and we have the extra bomb bag, which helps us hold even more, so might as well use those. Now we have access in this direction. Oh, my God. That came out of nowhere. And I was immediately trying to attack, and I got punished for it. And I'm getting punished again. Okay. This is not going too well, but hey, you know what? That's just how it goes sometimes.
So now at this little ledge, we can get our claw shots and start making our way up. As I mentioned last time, the claw shots open up a lot of different pathways that we couldn't access before. One of the ones was, if you recall a few episodes ago, back when we were in the Faron region, I mentioned a goddess cube that I accessed that you needed to wait a little bit longer to actually access the way they intended. This is that way I was mentioning. You actually are supposed to use the claw shots to hit a little target that is on that little cliffside. Or on the tree edge, I should say. That's the way that they intend for you to access that goddess cube. But of course, as you saw in the episode, it's not really hard to grab it a little bit earlier. So if you wanted to, now you can go back and grab that one. We'll be back there later for some other things anyway, thanks to this claw shot. Hello there. No, not you. We have a Moblin who is packing a little more heat. Metal Shield Moblin. This Moblin has a sturdy iron shield. Only a few Moblins are capable of carrying large heavy shields of iron like this one. I calculate 85% chance that you can climb over that large shield as if it were a wall. So since we can't slash it since it's metal, we can just vault over it and then attack him from behind, allowing us to have quite a clear shot. I believe you can do this with the wooden one too, but it's a little bit harder to do, at least generally in my mind. So what you'll want to do is just keep vaulting over him anytime he turns around, and as soon as you get to the other side, just start slashing him and do as much damage as possible, like that. We do more damage, so it doesn't take as long to take them out as it used to, but man, they are still quite the tanky creatures to be sure. Oh my god, you immediately attacked as soon as I got close, huh? Oh, I read his movement though like a book. You saw that? That was something Smash players would dream about. 20 rupees right there, not bad. Can we get a heart from here? Oh, nope, not this. Nope, okay. So they're not all guaranteed, unfortunately, to give us goodies, which sucks. So here we can see we have like a zipline thing. Keep in mind that that's there. You can also see a pretty prominent goddess cube there. And to access it, all you need to do is hook shot onto this. And on Vine, something you can do at any time is actually use your hook shot, or claw shots, I should say. I always keep mixing them up, my apologies. And quite easily access this goddess cube here. One that you probably quite obviously see, but may not really immediately know how to get. Not too complicated, but also one that you may not think to do right away. Okay, so we're gonna work our way. Oop, nope, that's not hitting. Work our. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Start working our way back up there, and there we go. Oh my gosh. At least you're once again seeing my aim is trash. If it wasn't enough to see it with my claw shot, now you're, or not the claw shot, the slingshot there, you're definitely seeing it. Here we have these guys who we haven't seen since the ancient cistern. You already know how to fight them if you saw that episode. The whip is the main way to fight them. Thankfully, I'm not too concerned with fighting them right away. Here, I'll get this one out, so that way I can show you. Use the whip for this. Come on, buddy. And there you go. And then get your sword out, and you can easily finish them off. You can also just hit them with your sword a bunch, but the finish off's a one tap, so I just find that more consistent and easier to achieve most times. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh, you saw that the reticle's right on it. Okay. So here we have a interesting little thing. Target it. A peahat. Yeah, it is pea, okay. First glance, this looks like any other plant species, but the peahat has a unique ability to fly when the flower at the top is pulled off with a whip. So apparently part of their evolution is needing someone to come by with a whip to awaken the flower. I don't really get it. I think they could have phrased that a little bit better. Maybe you can expedite the growing process if you hit it with your whip, or, you know, something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's just conjecture, but I feel like that makes more sense. Hello there. As you can see, there's a spot there in case you want to go back. But all we have to do is wait for it to fly a little bit closer to this spot. Oh, dang it. And there we go. And now we can quite easily access this spot. Because the peahats actually do move, as you may have noticed, so you want to keep that in mind. Ooh, some Gerudo dragonflies. I would love to grab some of these, because these are quite rare. Oh, please come back. I've tried my best to be stealthy and stuff, and it doesn't usually work out. Come on. Try to be quiet in real life, because maybe then they won't notice. Okay, got one. And the other one, like, is way far away now. I don't think we're getting that one, but that's fine. At least we got one. Those guys are quite annoying to hunt down and are rare, to say the absolute least. So, yes. That's why I want to try to catch them whenever I see them. Another heart there. Oop, grab that. And now we can work our way up again. Now, there's something you may want to note there. There actually is a Deku Baba. The best I can recommend is just use the beetle here, because, you know, it's actually the thing that is able to cut them. In fact, I think that's the only way you can potentially probably get past that spot, because, you know, otherwise you can't access this one, because he'll just awaken and knock you off, and you'll fall to your demise, and a lot of not good things. So, just keep an eye out. bunch of these guys. I'm gonna try to just ignore them because, quite honestly, I don't feel like fighting all of them if I can. Oh, come on, P-Hat, please. There we go. Okay. So now that we're over here, we should be fine. Never mind, we're not fine! Well, that's a little awkward. Okay, fine. I guess we're murdering you two. Gonna endanger a species today if you do that to me. I thought the fire that they shot out would have went for a different area because where they targeted us at. There we go. That was a really smooth bash, by the way. Did you see that shield bash? That was like frame perfect and all that? That was insane. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. Also because I hate these guys. Especially after what they just did to me. No, they're done. Turn around here. Actually, maybe it's a good thing because I forgot there's actually a chest back here and a few cacti we could potentially get our health back from anyway. Maybe it was for the best overall that we died. A horrible and painful way. Got a monster horn, always nice. We do know how to get more of those, but hey, you know what? We'll take getting them for free. Oop. Take getting them for free when we can, since, you know, don't want to go over way for it. Oop. I don't really want to risk jumping off for that one, because Link climbed up here. Okay, here we go. And get one more, maybe? Come on. Come on. Okay, well, that didn't really work out. That didn't work out either. Dang it. I am struggling with my aim. So if you ever feel like you suck with aim in anything in life, well, just look at my gameplay in games that require even just a little bit, and you'll see I'm actually the worst with it. Don't know why. It's my hands or something. I don't know, man. Okay, P-Hat. Since these ones move in kind of a weird way, you kind of have to predict where they're moving and then shoot in that area and then hope it connects. A little annoying, but it's not too bad. And also, how did the frick does this guy get up here? Because, I mean, yeah, things are probably different back in the day, but, like, I don't know about you, but I don't foresee that little robot getting up here the way that we just accessed, but whatever. Can hear a cicada somewhere around here. Oh, you can actually see there's a bunch of them up here. It's like a little nest. So what we're going to do is try to get our bug nets, and we're going to try to get it in an angle so we can capture them both. Got both of those. Nice. And there's a few more. So this is a great spot to get a few cicadas. Again, they're really annoying to catch. A lot of the Gerudo bugs are. So if you need a spot to get them, I recommend getting up here before you progress, because you want to catch as many of these guys as you can. You can see there's a ton of them on this little smokestack here. And oh no, I scared him off. I tapped the friggin' left stick. I tapped it one too many times, and the game did not like that. Oh, it's like a little... Oh my god, it's infested. Okay, well, thankfully, from the last time in the Linear Desert, we have our method of cleaning up here. What do you say we dust his house for him since he's being nice to us, let him use his boat and all that? I mean, even though we had to work our way up here, we can, you know, do a little dusting for him. You can see we get a little bit of a reward for it anyway. Some green rupees scattered about, some pots. Maybe you can grab some goodies from those. There's a chest, presumably containing the seed chart we need. And funnily enough... Oh, Amber Relic. You can actually see a bunch of pictures of, presumably, the sand ship. You have a reference to Titanic there. You have a picture of him, like a self-portrait. You have a picture of him, presumably, and his crew. You can zoom in. You can even see, like, 2 pictures up there. Presumably, it was, like, maybe a second in command or something. We have, like, this weird pattern on the wall that kind of looks like a map of some kind. See, there's some furniture. What's he got in here? You really shouldn't open up people's cupboards without permission. Okay, well, worth a check. Of course, an anchor, and another picture of the ship. And another picture of a person, presumably one of his teammates. And we have 2 robots here. I don't know who they are, but presumably maybe it's his parents. It's kind of sad, but I mean, you know, it's really just conjecture. We really don't know who they were. You have a stool here. Again, you can regain your health this way. Have a few pots scattered about you may want to get for money. Nothing too important, but of course that chest is what's going to catch your eye, so we're going to take a look at that. You've got the ancient sea chart. This old map details the area as it was long ago, before the sea succumbed to the desert sand. Master, look over there. That is the ship containing Nehru's flame. There is a 90% chance that the synthetic life forms assembled here are the crew. This image would indicate that the ship's captain spent many happy days among his many crew members. Yeah, he did. Until, unfortunately, it seems like some pirates or something came after him. Fortunately, can't do anything for those two robots, even though Link should realistically be able to pick them up and, you know, potentially take them back with us, but maybe that's too heavy. I'm not going to say, like, I'd be able to lift them by any means. I'm pretty weak. A few more cicadas up here. I think that spawned in. I don't know if they respawned all of them, but hey, if a few of them respawned in, I'm going to try to grab as many as I can over here. You can see there's, like, one there. I'm going to try to catch as many as I can here. There's one there. Work our way over. I know this is a little boring, you know, catching bugs. It's really slow, but we need these for later. It's nice to get them now while we can, so we don't have to come back for them later if we need them for something, presumably at the time. Let's get these, hopefully, last two. Getting to get pretty close. Got him. Okay. So now with that, you can see there's actually like this diving board looking thing here, which is really funny. And this, I believe, is how we're actually supposed to access that chest, because if you run off it, you actually get to go into the free dive mode, which, as you can see, will allow you to actually fall onto it. I wish Link would be able to fall like this naturally. Okay, I'm okay with taking damage there. I knew I was going to have to if I wanted to actually land in the spot, so face plant aside, what's our goodies for that? 100 rupees. Nice little reward just for seeing if you can make that drop down. I barely did, but hey, you know what? We'll take it. And then, of course, we can quite easily make our way back. A little bit of a detour, but it wasn't one that was that painful. We got to learn a little bit more about him. We got a goddess cube. Got a bit of money. Generally things that I think most people enjoy. That zip line, which I didn't use, is a bit of a shortcut back down here, if you want to take that route instead. Or if you want to come back for the save statue or something. I probably shouldn't have stalled that long, even with my limited stamina, just because I wanted that heart. But hey, it's whatever. Again, you have that statue here. We can teleport back down here if you missed that goddess cube, which is nice. But I think we did everything at this spot that we needed to. We got that sea chart anyway.
You got the sea chart, Verm. Now we can finally navigate properly, Zert. For Reap, let's go look for me ship. Shall we set sail?
Yep, we shall.
Anchors away, Zerm. Open up the sea chart you brought with you, Zert. The shipyard is at this location, Vert. Let me mark it with you, X for Reap.
So as you can see, actually have like these stone rings that indicate probably something. Gonna take back that beacon. We have a whole new area over here. Apparently we just needed a chart for.
The shipyard is where we used to build our ship, Zert. My ship was built here too. If we go to the shipyard, you might find some clues to the location of my ship, Zert. Okay, set sail, Verm.
Yep, so we're actually doing some Scooby-Doo style shenanigans here. We actually need clues to find where the ship's at. Keep in mind it is invisible, so we're just trying to work our way around that. Watch out now, because as we progress, you can see that now some rocks are appearing as we progress that apparently just completely disappeared. You want to be careful not to run into them at full speed. I feel like that's pretty obvious, but hey, you know. Just wanted to remind you in case. You can see there's also explosive barrels. If you want to disarm them, you can shoot the cannon at them, or you can just completely ignore them like I am, as it saves a bit of time. Here, I'll blow up one just so you see what it's like. There you go. Want to make sure you're not too close to it, of course. You can see there's some enemies here we're going to want to completely ignore. You can, of course, kill them with your cannon as well if they're annoying you, but for the most part, I feel like just swimming around them, if you have the stamina, is more than viable, and it saves a bit of your time. And your guys' time. There are some bokoblins there, not about you. Frick them. Also, that only killed one of them, but okay, well, I fricked that one in particular. That particular one. These guys will attempt to shoot at us. We'll just want to avoid them the best we can. With some decent sailing, you should be able to get past it without having too many difficulties. The shipyard.
We've arrived, Verm. This is the island where we used to make our ships, Blizzard. You'll find the shipyard here as well as the town where the workers lived, Thweep. That building is the construction bay, Verm. But the entrance is closed, Verm. Looks like you can't get in. Each location on the island is linked to the others via a minecart track, Verm. You might be able to get it back door to the construction bay if you can get around the other side by using a minecart, Berserk. There's a minecart station over there, Zert. You should head over to the station first. I'll wait here, Pooweep.
So it seems like we have to, of course, go to the Lonwicks. Why wouldn't we? Once again, you're given a statue, so it's nice you can save. And, of course, head back up to the sky if you need to. See a zipline that will presumably be a shortcut for us later. Have some spots there with HP. And, of course, we see our old buddies we haven't seen since the Elden region, the Lizalfos. Once again, fighting them is pretty much the exact same. Thankfully, our shield's really decent, so I don't worry too much about missing that. Let me target you so I can finish you off, and then I'll work on your buddy here. And there we go. Again, they are not that difficult once you know how to fight them. They can just be a little annoying because sometimes they spawn in groups. Grab the Lehizard tail. Really haven't had a reason for that yet, or Lehizard tail. Thinking of Terraria Lehizards or whatever. But nope, that is a Lizalfos tail. And presumably I'll take this minecart here. Reverse the cart, press A to get on. So here you have controls. Lean your body to balance the weight of the cart as you approach a curve. If you're moving too fast, press B to slow down. And jump to clear obstacles. I don't know how that necessarily works, but okay. And here we actually have another new Goron. The station here is used by my folks. Heading into the old mines, people still ride the minecarts all over the place, though. I'm probably supposed to tell you there is some safety information about using the carts posted on the wall over there. Can be dangerous at times, so I would suggest you give that stuff a quick read. And for some reason, he's just here, and there's a stool here. Notification you need to heal. We will want to take note that he is here for later, but as of right now, it is not that important to talk to him, outside of him giving us that little information about how to control it. As the thing said, you can, of course, use lean. You will lean as you get close to curves, and if you lean in the direction of that curve, you can see you actually can gain some speed. But if you hold it for too long, you could potentially cause problems, including falling off the track and losing HP and having to restart the entire thing at the beginning. It's a little annoying, but you'll learn it as you go. Generally speaking, as you can see, you'll want to straighten up for straight spots, and then, of course, curve with the body, so that way you can make these turns a little bit quicker. Just helps you get around a little bit faster. These are things you'll want to take note of for later. It may not seem important to go fast right now, especially given the slowdown option, but trust me, you'll want to start practicing this right now if you're going for completion. That was a pretty easy area. Didn't have much challenge to it. Don't realistically see the point of that minecart track in terms of what a factory would need that for, but hey, whatever. Ooh, Grudo Dragonflies. You know what? No, I'll pass them up for the sake of you guys. If I need to grind them, I'll grind them in my own time. And you can see that there's, of course, an infestation here, too. Get a few jelly blobs from it, which is, you know, I mean, it's always nice to get some goodies. Here's the zip line. And in case you're curious, because you may see that little hook there, doesn't do anything. I think what it does, once you access it once, you can actually, like, use it to get it to come back to you. But since we don't really have any reason to do that, I think we're just going to pass for now on that. Instead, let's head over this area. You can see there's another robot, can't talk to the construction bay, huh? You can see this one is completely out for the count, just like the ones we saw at the Skipper's Retreat, unfortunately. And as you can see, you actually control this not by, like you would the normal ways. It's actually just, like, pointing the Joy-Con forward and then left to right is what makes you lean. It's a little bit interesting. It actually hasn't had a reason to jump yet, but I'll explain how to do that when the time comes. And here's actually another new thing. Outside of just making speed, you actually will be able to switch track depending on which way you're leaning. So you'll also want to pay attention to that. So for example, their dead end, want to be leaning to the right, so that way we actually, you know, don't crash or fall into that horrible death that is potentially possible for us. So there, as you can see, the track actually ended, but thankfully we didn't have to jump that one. That one automatically would happen for us. We'll lean to the left, get our speed, lean to the right, and then we should still keep leaning right, straight, right. And as you can see, you pretty much just have to react left, and there was a split path. It actually doesn't really matter too much, I believe, which way you go. At least right now it doesn't. Later on it may. Keep going. As you can see, they both lead back to the same spot, so that's nice. Lean right, get a little bit of speed. Nope. As you can see now, it slows down to a crawl. Lean left, so that way as soon as we can, we're getting a speed boost here. Like that. Lean right. And I'm just trying to explain as you go so you can start looking for these things. As you can see, if you lean the opposite direction there, though, you actually will slow down, and if you keep holding it that direction, you'll fall off, again, to your death. This is why you want to really, really careful. Here's where you want to actually jump, which is where you will, swing the Joy-Con up like you would to do like an upward swing for your sword. Another bird statue here. As you can see, it's blue, meaning you can't teleport to this one, but you can still save here if you want to. Last stop, construction bay. Have a few stools here and a few barrels, should you need those for anything. Again, the minigame, if you're just playing casually, it is not that complicated and you don't really need to bother with it too much. Trust me, though, you'll want to start getting used to that mechanic if you are going for completion's sake. Master, we have arrived at the shipyard construction bay. With the passing of many years, the structure has filled with sand. I recommend looking in the sand for a clue that may direct you to the location of the ship. Okay. What do you say we start doing that? Definitely looks like some highly advanced area. Have no way of getting back up once we've fallen down, which sucks. What we do have is the gust bellows, which should let us get rid of some of the sand here. See a bigger lump here. Maybe that's something good. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that's good. Yes, it is a rematch, kind of, with the boss from the temple that was here. The, I believe it was like the mine or something. The neighbor mine or something. The dungeon that we were doing back when we were still trying to just simply get to Zelda before we had this goal of getting to where this, like, teleport spot was at. Oop, didn't mean to get caught there. It is, of course, a different scorpion, since we did kill the other one. It is just a species, keep in mind, even though it is trying to attack us. It is just essentially an animal trying to defend itself. So, take that as you will. I believe the AI is just a little bit more aggressive. Other than that, there is no real changes with the fight. Nothing new to explain, except now, of course, we're doing more damage. So, if you remember how to fight them, that's good. It is interesting having to fight them again. It kind of puts into perspective how far we've come when you see just how, now at this point, it's not even considered like a boss. It's more so just an inconvenience and a mini-boss, if anything else. More so than a normal boss. Get out of the way there. Don't really want to get hit. Come on. There we go. And presumably one more hit should get rid of this one, hopefully. Oh, tail swing. Again, we'll watch out for that. Oh, they didn't. Still didn't get rid of it. Again, we do more damage now, so hopefully the fight shouldn't take as long as it did the first time. Again, another reason why they throw it now is to give you that perspective of how far we've come. And now we just have that main eye to deal with. And now you're going to go back into the sand. Again, the fight is pretty much the exact same, except now, of course, you have the knowledge and you have a bit more damage, which is nice. Makes this a little less complicated. Yeah, get a stab in. And you're going to go back under again. I like how the little babies that presumably are this scorpion's kids are just like, they're not even caring at all that their parent is being murdered, but whatever. A much easier time than we had with it the last time, if that sentence made any sense. And instead of a heart container, unfortunately, this one only drops a few hearts. Master, it appeared that in the many years this factory went unused, monsters have moved in and built a nest. Thank you for the information, Fee. I now state that the chance of finding a clue in the sand here as to the ship's location is extremely low. Yeah, so we come all this way only to find out, well, presumably there is no information to gather here. And in case you're curious, the sand is bottomless, and there comes a point where you just can't actually lower it anymore, even though you can still quite see that there's actually a lot more dust there. So presumably there's just way too much dust for us to ever get rid of somehow, like this, as you can see. Because in case you want to be like, oh, well, maybe I want to look around for maybe there's goodies and stuff. No, there isn't. And as you can see, you actually just make it harder for you to get out at some point, which is kind of weird. So yeah, we came all this way for nothing. So that sucks. See the Lizalfos respawn, just another friggin' pain in our butt. Let's head over here. We'll have to unfortunately share our bad news with the captain.
So, me ship wasn't here, Zert. Then there's only one place left for us to look for clues, Verm. Zert, this could be scary, but we have to head to the stronghold of the pirates who stole me ship. Okay, let's not waste any time. Anchors away. Well, we better hope that this one's actually a decently done like this one. This is pretty scary, Veep. The pirate captain is a mechanical maniac, Zert. He has no shortage of evil underlings, too, Verm. I never want to lay eyes on him again, Zert, but if I want to take the ship back, then we have no choice, Pweep. The pirate stronghold is here at the X mark. Once again, going to use our beacons just to make this a little easier on ourselves. Haven't used those a ton. Tighten up whenever you humans have instead of boats, and let's go. Let's get going, Pweep. Our pants, presumably, but I mean maybe, because bolts are what keep their pieces together, and we really, yeah, I don't really know what our equivalent would be. I would just say pants, because I think that's more of a common term. It's kind of funny that this giant pirate fortress that presumably these evil people they didn't want to see is like right next to where they have their shipyard, you know, where they have the ship that would be stored containing their valuable flame and whatnot. Am I the only one who sees something a little wrong with that? Maybe not. There's boogers in the cave. This is as scary as I thought it would be, Verm, but if I think about it, they should all be dead, Verm. The only reason I'm about like this is because the timeshift's still on the boat, Pweep. So nothing to worry about, Verm. I feel better now, Link. It's time for you to go look for my ship. I'll wait here, of course, Berserk. Once again, it's up to us, and of course that cringy joke about there's being bats in the cave, because, you know, they're, you know, the bats, and yeah, it's funny, it's, yeah. I'm sorry. So as you can see, there's this giant base that's shaped like, presumably a shark or something. I really don't know what creature it is, to be exact. Some sea monster. Ooh. Yep, I heard a monster claw drop. Again, there's a sound effect that is made whenever treasures are dropped, so you just want to keep an ear out for that whenever you're fighting enemies. Go over here to the side, you can see there's a electric choo-choo,
And there's actually a side entrance. Always the pesky side entrance that does you in with your secret pirate bases. And now we have an eerie soundtrack. Master, please take a look. This device looks like it is meant to hold a timeshift stone, but there is not one currently installed. You can't read. There is a 95% chance that is the same type of the device, the ones we've encountered in the Lineru mine. Signs indicate that the timeshift stones were used in this facility as a kind of power source. Okay, which doesn't do us many good things, considering we don't have any of those on us. So I guess we'll have to start taking a look around, see what we can find even without access to everything. Hopefully we can find some stuff. Ooh, a 20, huh? That's nice, just in there. And of course there are Lizalfos that are here, because why wouldn't there be? Again, these guys seem to just be everywhere here now. You know, I think the game thinks that they're more challenging than they actually are. And maybe they are to some people, and again, that's fine if they are, because there are some enemies I find annoying that shouldn't be, but I just find these guys to be kind of a joke. Okay, so we got rid of them. I already am seeing stuff I don't like with these guys. Let me just get rid of you so I don't have to deal with you later. Let me just get rid of you so I don't have to deal with you later. Let me just get rid of you so I don't have to deal with you later. Let me just get rid of you so I don't have to deal with you later. There we go. That was embarrassingly bad. So here you're going to have to run through the sand. It is just barely possible to do it, as you can see there. Which is nice that it's even possible at all, because, you know, if it was a little bit further, you just would have been screwed because there's nothing to hook shot to or whatever. As you can see, we actually have something going on over here. Master, please take a look. This object is called a timeshift orb. I conjecture that unlike the timeshift stones we've seen, this device was designed to be carried around and installed in different locations. So yep, we actually have the ability to move this thing. Look at that. We can actually carry it with us and everything. And as you can see, of course, that means we can make certain things go back in time and certain things go forward in time. So for example, this area that's now sinking sand was once just a normal hallway. But of course, there's also negatives that come with that, that being these enemies that are here that are just being annoying. Thankfully though, since it's a mobile device, we can just actually run away from them and eventually get them to, well, die. As you can see here. We're gonna try to get this guy in a spot where we can fight him exclusively. Okay, well, we're not gonna be able to fight him just exclusively, it seems. Come on, buddy, over here. Ooh, there we go. So yeah, we were able to avoid fighting one of them entirely, which is nice, but unfortunately we'll have to fight, presumably, at least this one. Ooh. Can you stop with that? Thank you, okay. There we go. There we go, and Beamos dead. They had some pretty good security here. Of course, why wouldn't it be goblins who are also pirates? As you can see here, there's actually a chest there. As long as you don't bring the timeshift orb too close, it's quite easy to access. Another 100 rupees. At this point, they're just giving those things for free, which, hey, you know what? I'll take free money. Never gonna complain about that. And they had this area that seemed to be part of nature. As you can see, it's like there's stuff that appears, including ancient flowers, which if you recall, we actually need to grab some of those while we're here. So make sure you take a look around every corner, because you may be able to pick up a few of those. Always nice. And as you can see, as we move around, these rocks are raising from the ground, which I don't know how that works, but whatever. So you actually need to take some leaps of faith, as you can see, with the orb in hand, so that they will appear as you move and whatnot. It's a really cool idea for a puzzle, having this orb that changes the environment as you go and having to make these leaps of faith. I think it's a really cool puzzle design. Not one that maybe is the most challenging, but hey, it doesn't have to be the most challenging. So here what we're going to do, as you can see, there's an electric gate here. Of course, we can't get it, you know, over there if we're, you know, there, because we need to get past those. So what you'll have to do is just place it there, and you can see there's nice little... I really don't know realistically what the purpose this is for, like, the pirates. Like, there's just a random gate there. Maybe it's something like so that the air people with, like, the bows can shoot through the bars, and then they'd have an electric gate there to block them, but I don't know. Maybe there's some reason that someone smarter could give, because I'm sure there is some potential lore. Zeltic will do a video about that. You should. I mean, don't, but should, because it's not that good of an idea, but, you know, I'd be interested. So as you can see, we have a bunch of Deku Babas, want to keep an eye out for. And as you can also see, there happens to be a wall next to those chests there. I'm trying to look around for any ancient flowers, not seeing any. So what you'll want to do is place it in a spot that's fairly close. And then as you can see, as soon as you get close by, you can just barely make it over. So not too difficult to get, but hey, still nice. Evil Crystal, as I mentioned, those are rare and hard to come by. So always nice to get a few extra of those as we go. Keep moving forward, see what we can find, and that is not preferable. So here we're actually going to have to fight these guys just due to where they're at. Oh, we were able to instantly take out the yellow Deku Baba because our sword is just that good. Did you see that? Also, my Joy-Con's acting up a little bit because I'm using a different pair than I usually do. But that's fine. Another Bokoblin there. Gonna just try to ignore him. Gonna ignore that Deku Baba. Running by enemies is a genuine strategy in this game, and I love it. Okay, I'm gonna place this here for a moment so we can assess the situation. You can see there's a spot there we can't access, and there happens to be a electric Bokoblin here. Want to get rid of him as fast as possible. Ooh, thanks to Ornamental Skull, buddy. So we can get across on this side. You can see there's actually a giant metal crate, which again, somehow Link can move this, but not those tiny robots, and help them find life again, but it's whatever. I'm not gonna say, again, I'm not gonna pretend like I can do any of this stuff or understand how the physics work, but I feel like Link should be able to save the robots, you know, some justice for them. So they actually had double locked that spot there, so that's why you needed to do that. But unfortunately, as you can see, we're actually now stuck here, presumably. Now you may think, okay, well, what if I do this? Can the beetle pick him up? Well, if you get a better angle, we can test that theory. And nope, we cannot. So you may think you're genuinely just stuck here. Well, you actually are able to take this off. And as you can see, that actually will lower the iron bars over here and allow us to move this. So what you want to do is fairly simple, actually. It's just essentially kind of precise. I don't know why it's structured this way. I think it's because they, as you can see, now we have to make a bit of a dash actually over, and we have this guy here. I'm just going to ignore him again. I really don't feel like dealing with that. But it's not that difficult of a puzzle, per se, but hey, if it gives you some problems, hopefully it shouldn't take too long to figure out what to do. Have another electric Bokoblin guy there. Don't really feel like dealing with him, so I'm just going to move over here. There we go. As you can see, just a pile of bones now, aren't you? Got some barrels here. Maybe we can get some hearts or some money. Ooh, do we have a empty bottle on us? No, we do not. Okay, then I'll just run into you so you can give us that one heart. Thanks, buddy. Assessing the situation here, you can see there's another electric fence looking thing, and there's a spot over here we can go to. I'm going to place that there for a moment so we can look over here. You can see there's a spot there at the barbed wire fence as the camera pays attention to. Presumably we'll need to make use of that. Have a chest over here. What's it got in store for us? What's it got in storage for us? Another evil crystal. They're being quite generous with those. Again, it's nice. We don't have to look for those later. So I want to move forward here. Be careful, there's a Beamos right here at this door. Or archway, I should say. So you want to make sure you're ready to take them out, just so you don't have to deal with them later and have them potentially hit you and do a lot of damage. Another Beamos there, so we're going to be careful. I'm going to just throw it over there so we can immediately get over here to fight this guy. Ooh, okay, we got hit. That's fine, though. Only one hard damage. It's not too bad. Could have gotten my shield out in time. Oh, my Joy-Con's acting up again. Okay. Yeah, so I am using a different pair of Joy-Cons just because my ones need to charge. I thought they were charging, apparently they're not. Which sucks, because Joy-Con drift is a real thing. Not just with the joystick, but with the motion controls. So we'll need to move this in a pretty specific spot. As you can see, there's some barbed wire there. So I want to place it in a spot that both barbed wire are gone, allowing us to get over here. And as you can see, there's a lever, which is what the barbed wire was accessing, which in turn allows us to bring over the orb. Seems kind of complicated just to do that, but again, it's Zelda. They're all about puzzles, guys. It's about the brain teasers. Here we have more of these guys. An enemy I certainly do not miss fighting by any means, but hey, you know, we'll have to deal with what we do. Again, I always recommend taking out the side with the stabbing first because it's just much easier, in my mind, to get rid of them. Nice thing here is actually, since these ones have gone back in time, we can just simply camp the edge of the Timeshift stone, and they can't get us, like, at all, because keep in mind, if they did, they'd be dead. So that's kind of nice. It's kind of a joke to fight at that point with these guys if you just play it slow. Because, again, they have no way of hurting us without essentially killing themselves. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go for the ton one there, but that's fine. Come on. And there we go. Again, not super hard, but they can be a little annoying, so hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult for you, though. And it seems like we've made our way back to the beginning, so for what that's worth, it seems like we've circled around throughout their entire base. Kind of elaborate. Don't really see any treasure for pirates, which sucks, but hey, whatever. So let's place it there on that spot, which presumably is like a generator of some kind. Report, Master. The power of the Timeshift orb appears to have caused a change in this structure. I recommend going outside to further access the situation. Or assess the situation, I should say. Indeed, it seems like that side entrance thing was actually just like a storage facility part, and all of this connects in this weird big kind of contrived way, but hey, you know, it's whatever. So now that we made it this way, let's take a look around. There's some barrels over here, potentially get some goodies, some bombs, which is nice. I just stepped on a few ants. By a few, I mean I literally just Pikmin annihilated those guys. Like, it looked like a Pikmin ghost appeared because I killed so many. That sucks. Remember that's there in case you want some ants yourself, and don't step on them like I did. Take a look around, see if there's anything we're missing out, and you'll notice there's actually a spot to use our claw shot on. What do you say we head up here? And as we go up to this spot, it was a spot we saw in the panel when we first got here, but we wouldn't have been able to access it until now. We have another goddess cube, which is, again, always nice to get a few of those. You know, that means good loot later when we get back up to the surface. Let us head back down now. Phew. Something else you may have noticed is on one of those statues is actually a silver rupee, which is again 100 rupees. We're going to be grabbing that in a moment. What the frick? I have information to report, Master. Please take a look. The pieces of a pirate ship. There's a 60% probability that these masts and sails are from the ship that protects Nehru's flame. You can now set your dowsing ability to search for the ship that holds Nehru's flame. Kind of contrived way of saying, hey, here's of our knowledge of where it's at is finding parts to the ship just here scattered about, but hey, whatever. So now we can actually search for them. I am going to, of course, grab that 100 rupees first, just because I don't know about you, 100 rupees is pretty nice. And as you can see, there's actually more 100 rupees even further out, but we have to go a little further out for that. But we'll still be grabbing that. Again, at this point, they're essentially just giving you 100 rupees because they know everything's crazy expensive, so they're trying to help you catch up in case you haven't been, you know, playing the clown minigame or anything like that. They're trying to make it a little bit easier to get some of the goodies that are available at this point. Some more cicadas there. I want to start checking just every corner, make sure we got everything here. I just saw a thing pop out of existence, which is funny because the render distance in this game apparently is not amazing, but hey, it's whatever. So I guess we'll grab that 100 rupees up there really fast before we step back to sailing again. Again, God bless the speed up, which allows us to make this a lot faster. And as you can see, you can just barely get this 100 rupees. So, again, nice. And if we want to check the other ones just to be safe, because again, you may think, oh, well, if they gave us 200 rupees just now, maybe they're going to give us even more. You are correct. They are going to give us even more. So far we've gotten, like what, 600 rupees? No, 500 rupees this episode? Something like that. We've gotten a lot of money this episode. Check this last one, and this one unfortunately lets us down. So, either way, 300 rupees just on those pillars, really nice.
So my ship wasn't here either, Verm. Zereet, you found a clue? You know the place, some kind of thing called dowsing, Verm. That's amazing, Verm. This time we'll definitely find me ship route, ready to set sail.
To sea.
Anchor is hoy. Ahoy, away. How are we going to search this whole huge sea, Verm? I have no choice but to ask you to do it for me, Berserk, so get cracking, Fweep. There's a high probability that the ship is currently hidden by our view, Fweep, but if we attack it, we might catch a glimpse of it.
As he mentioned, it is invisible, one of the main reasons we had to go look for clues anyway. At any time you want to start dowsing, you can actually keep moving while dowsing, which is really cool, and usually, you know, that is something you can do normally, but on the boat, it seems like something you may not be able to do. No, you can. In fact, you can actually even still speed up. Now, of course, your view is, you know, a little bit worse, and you can't use the cannon, so I don't recommend just holding on it unless you know, want to. I'm not going to stop you, I'm not your mom, but, you know, I'd recommend doing it this way just because I find it easier for me. But hey, do what's easier for you. That's what matters. Let's start working our way over here, and to be honest with you, it's kind of obvious where it's at to me, considering we've gone to these two areas. There's this area over here we were at. Where do you guys think the ship's gonna be at? Like, I mean, they tried. I'm going to give some credit. I understand it's supposed to be like, oh, it's a huge ocean. You know, that's the illusion they're trying to give. Get the frick out of here. And I get that, you know, and I'm gonna be forgiving. It's not like when I understand they're not gonna make like a Wind Waker sized map, and also I don't think anyone would have wanted them to for something like this. But you know, it's just it's kind of it's kind of weird to me. Just, you know, it feels like that's. I don't know, maybe it's just me, you know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of obvious that it's going to be somewhere in this spot after all we've been pretty much everywhere else. What do I know, though? So now that we're in this easier, calmer sea, now we can actually just do it this way, and as you can see, we're getting closer and closer, and presumably we're pretty close to it. And as you can see, we're getting stuck on something with our aim there.
Did you see it, Reap? That's my ship, Verm. We must pursue Berserk to keep pounding it with the cannon.
So yep, we actually are getting catching glimpses of it as we move. And as you can see, when you raid the cannon, it will be stuck on presumably a wall, aka part of the ship. No, I didn't want to call for you. I was trying to hit up. My big old thumbs hit it. Oh wow, you guys made a really sharp turn, huh? So as you can see, of course, since they are moving, we do have to chase them down. Get close. Oh, just ran into them. That's fine. Hit him again. And hit him again.